Hello there, John. Where are you? I think I've deleted you by mistake, John. If you can come back in. Up. There we are. There he is.
Hello, everybody. What happens, honest to God, every time you do something on a computer, my thing freezes up here.
Oh, well, you're okay now.
Oh, yeah, I'm right now. Right as rain now. But so if it happens again, all I got to do is leave the room. I come back on and everything's hunky-dory.
All right, brilliant. And you need to turn your phone.
Oh, aye. See, now that's what happens, see?
There we are.
Here we are. Everything's all right again now.
There we are. So have you had a good week, John?
No, not too bad. I've been a little bit busy, which we'll go into after. Well, the weather, thank the Lord, is getting a bit better. So that's getting a little bit better. And so, do you know what? Like, I'm looking forward to going out then instead of you there. I guess like this winter has been a very hard winter for not being able to go out, especially with COVID as well, and it's been terrible. But so yeah, I've had a bit of a productive week. I've been out here, there, and everywhere, and things like that. Now we got a little bit more freedom, so that's all right as well. How was your week been, Gav? Anything to write home about?
Terrible time. The sewerage on the outside of the house, the pipe that goes into the sewer, that blew and it went all.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So good evening to David, Stretch Williams, Patsy Morgan.
Good night, Patsy. So you've had puppo hanging about everywhere then?
It has been a bit of a pong around the place.
Oh, see?
Yeah, it wasn't very pleasant at all.
Oh, that's
I'll have to see if I can find the video file. Oh, 1 second.
Go on.
Let's have a look. Yeah.
Are you Patsy B there now?
But you can't actually see any of the older,
Well, that's all right then.
But you can see a lot of everything else.
Today's horrible handyman job. There's a sewer line down there, right down the bottom, underneath that rod. And the last person who put this pipe in here, they put it flush to the concrete here, this big concrete. So when people were flushing, if they had a lot of toilet roll, it would just spill out everywhere around here. So let's just have a look at the pipe that was there, and I'll explain to you a bit more. Here's the pipe that was there. Right, and as you can see, it wasn't even going below ground much. Right, that was connected on there. I just cut it. And I'll just go in just below the concrete, not even connecting up to the main sewer, which is an earthenware pipe down below. So what I've got to do, I'm looking at this pipe here as well, and the way that the water's eroded around there, the drain. I'm going to cut up here with a either a grinder, or I might use some sort of chisel or something. I'll have to have a look what I got to do the job. And I'm going to re-cement all this, re-concrete it all. I'm going to put a new connector down there, a rubber connector, which I've got. Here's the rubber connector. The rubber part goes into the earthenware, and then the plastic part goes into that. Yeah. And then to connect it all together, then we've got a flexible coupling. Here's the new plastic pipe. So we're going to use the flexible coupling then to connect onto there and onto the new piece, and it should be done within a day, maybe 2 days. We'll let it dry out a bit.
I'll go on to the end bit now.
Goes off. And then tomorrow then it'll be all done. I'm letting it dry out a couple of hours, and then Tomorrow then it'll be sealed up.
As long as you got that running downhill, no guy, you're all right.
Yeah. Horrible job, John.
Mate, I've done my fair share of them, and I've the good thing with me, or bad thing really, but there we are. When I was doing the plumbing, I had a lot of them jobs, right, and I was up to my waist in caca. I haven't got a sense of smell, right? And there's people all around me, they're all gagging, horrible, and I can't smell a thing. Somebody, honestly, God, right, they could have handed me a cooked dinner when I'm in the hole, and I'd have ate it. Because honestly, I can't smell a thing. And I haven't been able to smell anything for years and years. It's not very good, right? Because I had a packet of sausage here once. As Patsy had a pack of sausage. I was cooking them up. I said, well, this is all right. I didn't check a date in them. She said, what's that smell? She came up and look at it. It was like a week out of date, these sausages. I didn't check, right? And they were rancid. I didn't know. I would have ate them.
Oh, good Lord, no. Oh. Good evening to Dan S. Nice to see you.
Evening, Dan. Yes, so that is an horrific job. But just be fair about it, right? You've done a lot of jobs down there. You quite handy, in fairness, Guy. You know that you put your hand to anything, mind. Fair play to you. Although loads of people would call out people for that, you know.
Yeah. Well, I know that job to excavate that, put a new pipe in, it's a couple £100, isn't it? You know.
Oh, easy.
You know, so
I've done my own.
The pipe was £25 because I had to buy 3 meters. The coupling was £9. The flexi joint was £10. So like for £50, it's all done in it, and the cement in it from top of block.
Yeah, the postcrete we used to probably, you know.
Yeah.
I went down to get my own fixed. It was doing my head in, right? MOT is not due for ages, right? Not until November. So you say you need it for MOT. So if you need it for MOT, you need it anyway. So it was giving me. So I took a trip down to see my mate John Kingdom down in Prince Street Garage. Oh, he's a lovely guy. So down I go. See, problem I got with garages like that is right. Is I run darts up back, right? I run the Super League, and I run the Premier League, and like with my Thursday and Friday darts teams, right? Now, Mark Astra Park, they sponsor me on a Thursday and on Tuesday, right? Arwood sponsor me for the Wednesday. So you got to show willing and go to them garages. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But John has been an old friend of mine for years, right? So it's awkward which one to use. So anyway, I goes down to see John, and he couldn't do it as it happens. Anything electrical, he said. I sort of give the jobs out, and he gave me this guy's number, right?
Ken Britton, is it?
No. Honest to God, I tell you about Ken again now. But I used to play rugby with Ken, by the way. Anyway, I went to see this guy. Mark, his name is, from down by opposite that big huge school in Sandfields now. Down that way. And I went to see him. And you got to pay for people's time nowadays, and you don't mind it, right? As long as the job's been done. What I don't like is them saying, yeah, I'll do it. They can't do it, so the job isn't done, and you still got to pay your money. I really don't like that, and I know you should do it, but it goes against the grain. See, you're giving them money. All right, they've had a try, but why have a try if they can't fix it? You know. Exactly. So anyway, I went down there, and he took all the steering wheel off to start with. Done all this. He cleaned all the contacts, stinking the contacts were. He found in. He didn't know himself, but there was a wire snapped in it, right? But how would it snap just resting in there, you know? It's strange, but anyway, it snapped. It was. We took that. He soldered it back on, and it's the loudest, loudest it's ever been with me now. It's working perfect. Now, he charged me, which I feel is a good price. We were there hour and a half, and he charged me 40 quid, and the one's perfectly working.
That's good.
Right,
isn't
no,
it?
I'm happy with that, right? And so now, if anybody wants electrical engineer, because again, I was having a chat with him about this kind of thing. What's hard to find by me, I fancy, right, is when there's something wrong with your car, nobody knows what it is. And we've talked about this before, Gar. To find somebody to investigate, you find it. Well, he said they are mechanics. He said what we call the guys that come in. He said for a service or change your brakes or change, like you change your oil filter, even changing parts of the engine. They are fitters.
Yeah.
So they are. They are fitters. They're good, but they fitters. The mechanics are the ones that you've got a problem and they'll investigate it and then they'll fix it. So he reckons now, he can fix this stalling problem for me. But what it is, he said it's going to take about 2 hours. So I'm gonna save up a bit till I get that 80 quid spare. At the end of the day, I've got 80 quid, it's not spare a minute. Take it, and then I can take it down to him and let him have a little look.
Yeah. But what do you want to tell him is no fix, no fee.
Yeah. Oh, he told me that. He said, if I can't fix it, he said, we're going to call it quits, he said. Yeah. But on the other hand, he said, if I do find something, right, I know, if I do, let's say he said it's the injectors that's totally blocked or whatever, and that's what the problem is, then I'll tell you, you either got to do it, the injectors are so much money to do, you either carry on as they are, or, but my advice to you, he said, is not do them. But he said, then in that case, if I find what they are and you decide not to fix them, then he said, you pay for my time. And I agreed to that. I said, yes, I agree with that.
That's fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm happy with that, Cat.
Oh, good, bud. So, should we have a scratch card?
Oh, yes, man. Ooh. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Right then. A question.
Oh, now then he's prepared.
Yes. How many wives did Henry VIII have? How many wives did Henry VIII have?
I bet you he didn't use the same ring.
Well, I don't know. Perhaps he did. Come on, for the first scratch card. I got all sorts of scratch cards here today. I got 3 different types, John.
Oh, there we are.
Look at them. Matthew Jones, 6. Correct. He's correct. Matthew Jones. Patsy Morgan. Danielle Morgan was first. 6. Danielle, there's loads of different cards. I'm just pick one.
As you were there doing that, I'm just going through there. So we got good evening to Dice Rich Williams, Patsy Morgan, Dan S, Danielle, Sonny, and Matthew Jones.
Yeah.
I think is Matthew a new one, I think, isn't he?
Yes, I think I know him though. Anyone, is it? Right. We'll have this one then. It's £100,000 top prize. Anything over 25 quid, we split it 3 ways. Oh, nasty. No, only a quid.
Lucky Dan.
Quid. There we are. So we have another question. Next question. Where would you find the Golden Gate Bridge? Easy.
Easy, that one.
Yeah, where would you find the Golden Gate Bridge? Good evening, George Bond.
There he is. Look, George.
Where would you find the Golden Gate Bridge? And it's not Britain Ferry. Matthew, San Francisco. Yeah.
Yeah, he is the first one this time.
Right. Which one do you want? You can either have that one or that one. Which one do you want? Matthew Jones. Which card do you want? Good God. He's doing eeny meeny.
Oh, just do it all. Go on,
The red one, okay. Red one's 100,000 top prize. And that one is no winner in that one. So there's two gone. Only a pound on one of them. It's a bugger, isn't it? So John, should we have a look at your pulled beef, is it?
It is, I tell you what, right? I done a pulled pork the other day, didn't I? But
Yeah.
I tell you what, I didn't have a lot of time. But oh God, I see. If you got a busy day, you pop that in the morning, and it just cooks itself. Go ahead, you go show them. It's great.
Right.
Hello there. What I'm going to do this week, I'm going to do like a pulled beef. I remember I done the lamb last time. Well, this one is more like for like a tea or like a supper or something. Now this is it's absolutely beautiful, right? You have this now in wraps or in rolls. We haven't decided yet what we can have it. It's absolutely beautiful. I've had a bit of a bargain, as you can see, down to £4.50. So I whipped that up this morning. The trick to this, when you get something like that, it's either straight in the freezer or straight in a pot. I was just going straight in a pot, and we're going to do pulled beef. So what it is, you get the beef casserole mix. I tell you the truth, I tried to get like barbecue sauce like you used to be able to get, basically in a jar, right? Can't find it anywhere. So I got 2 of these beef casserole mixes from Aldi's. I haven't done it to their specifications because I don't want a beef casserole. I want like a sweet beefy flavour. So basically I put 2 of them in 350 ml of water, and with that I've got 2 tablespoons of caster sugar, and I've mixed that all together so you're going to have a sticky sweet taste in this later on. So all you got to do is mix it all up, which I have there, with the caster sugar, put the beef in the pot and switch it on, and I'll come back to you once I've done that. There we are. It's as simple as that, right? It's putting it in. I just wanted to show you how simple it is. I genuinely could have not paused this because that's taken me, the whole thing has taken me 5 minutes generally. So we'll whip this on. 1, 2, that's on high because it's in the daytime now. We're not cooking overnight, so that'll be ready 10, 11, 12. That'll be ready 4 o'clock this afternoon, ready for our tea, and it'll be absolutely beautiful. I will show you at 4 o'clock what it looks like. Until then, see you later. Time is 1 o'clock. Supper's ready in the microwave. Time is 1 o'clock, and so I'm going to turn it over just to show you. Now in there, it's looking beautiful already, mind. See, it's still a bit tough, mind. Oh, and the juice is so thick, you see. Oh, it's beautiful. That is going to be absolutely beautiful. Oh, no. Right then. So I'm going to come up to that, like I said, at 4 o'clock now and show you what we got left. Well, there it is, all shredded. So that's what you call pulled beef, really, I would imagine. Here is the sauce, if you want to ladle that all over it, which we might do, we might not. All we got to decide, do we have wraps, rolls, or chips? So that's a decision we make, but I know one thing for certain, this is absolutely delicious. Right, see you later. Bye everybody.
Oh, they look lovely, John.
Mate, it really was nice. It was. It's we had it. We decided to have it with chips after, me and Patsy. And I had a sneaky little wrap while I was cooking the chips.
Oh, God. Good evening, Margaret Dunley. Margaret Dunley.
Hello, Margaret. Yes, how are you, lovely?
Yes, Danielle's asking any left.
Right, let's have a little guess, Dan. Right? Let's have a little word game, yeah? Right? It's either yes or no. And you can have one guess and I'll have the other guess. So I go for no, right? And then see what... Hey, I tell you, Daniel, I was surprised Daniel had a puncture today, right? We found out it was a puncture because we pumped it up. It went back down again within half an hour. And because she's in the RAC thing, called it... They fixed it. They actually fixed the puncture.
Good God.
Yeah. But there were. There's happy days. They put a plug in it, see?
Yeah. God.
No, I had a go as well, see, Danielle, and the answer's no, love.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
You have to make another one, won't you?
Yeah. Patsy's been out the garden today as well, Margaret. It's lovely to make us. I was telling Gary earlier, it's lovely now to make a start on things. The weather's starting to come. It's been a horrible, horrible long winter, and it's just great to be back out there, you know.
Yeah. And you've got some new products coming up, John, haven't you?
Yeah, I tell you what, Patsy asked me to see if I could knock together or go and get planters. We went, there's some in Philco's actually. They are nice, very nice, but oh my God, they're 40, 50 pound, man.
Good God.
And so I went we bought brand new, you know, treated wood and everything. Now we want cheap from Talbot Block, and I tell you what, we're making them. And so, you know, we're thinking now that could well be on the agenda to sell on to the general public to save them some more money. That's all I'm doing, guys, saving people money.
Exactly, yeah. Because half of these things are made in China anyway. You know.
Yeah. I know the ones that's made down by here, right? They are absolutely solid. They're brilliant. God. So anyone want any wooden planters? I'm your man.
Well, knock one up now, innit? Or don't knock one up, but put one together, nice, and take some photographs and we put them on.
Well, I tell you the truth. I silly me. I took photos today and I sent to her, and I didn't send it to you, which is silly of me. But,
where are they now then?
Out the back. I think how many have I got so far? One. There's about 6 out there.
So is one empty then?
Patsy filled it today. I'm gonna get another one for it to do tomorrow. Yeah, there'll be an empty one tomorrow, but a different style one tomorrow. One of these taller ones, you know.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Sounds good. Just have to get some photographs or video. Do a little video on your phone there. Send me a video.
Yes, man.
Cut lawns, look, she's been weeding.
Yeah.
Kills
weed. My weed killer's no good now, see, guy?
No, see? But
I've
got another one. It's apple cider vinegar kills them.
Does it?
Yeah, really good.
Because it's so really then. Well, I was just going to say, right, I'm going to phone my mate this week to get some more of that weed killer in, but it's pointless getting that stuff in, is it?
Well, try some apple cider vinegar. It's cheap.
Yeah, is it? Oh, it's cheap as well, is it?
Yeah, it's harmless. Because a lot of these weed killers, they do cause cancer. So you got to be careful with them. You should put a mask on when you're using them. But apple cider vinegar, chuck it on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll go with that. Well, see, to be fair, Patsy's done the garden in such a way, right? There really is not many weeds about down there, honest to God.
Yeah, it looks nice. I seen a a photograph the other day that Patsy put on, and it looked really good.
Yeah, and look, I'm not going to lie at all. She's done everything in that garden. She's done really well, you know.
Epsom salt washing liquid, white vinegar. Yeah, that does it as well. But and the washing up liquid it makes it stick to the plants. I done that one last year, but for the big weeds, I didn't find it very good.
Oh, they did some. Patsy had gallstones, right? So
yeah.
somebody, honest to God, they terrible guy, right? She poor girl was in agony with them. So somebody said, right, you drink now a small glass, not a pint, but a small glass of white wine,
apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar,
yeah.
Sorted out. Oh my God, have you ever tasted it?
I have it every morning, John.
It's horrible, guy.
No, what do you got to do? You got to put it with squash, right?
Well, they didn't tell her that.
Aye, because I get kidney stones. Same thing, right?
Oh, right, aye.
Dissolves them.
Yeah. Somebody told her that, right? But she took it neat, didn't she? It's disgusting.
No, it's awful. Put it with squash or soda water, anything.
Yeah.
Chuck it down. It's lovely.
All right. But them stones, whatever they are, like even like kidney stones or gallstones, they horrible things, aren't they?
Oh, they're painful now. I had kidney stones when I was out in Moscow. Oh,
never.
Really painful. I had to have the American embassy to get somebody for me because I couldn't move. It's killing, you know.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Passing blood. And I had Russian paramedics came and they stuck a needle like that up my backside. They were laughing their heads off when they were doing it. I was jumping around the room with this needle sticking out on my ass, shouting and swearing.
Well.
After me to pull this thing out. But what it was a muscle relaxant. Because when you got kidney stones, your kidneys want to get rid of the stone.
Yeah.
So it's pulsing like that all the time. So this muscle relaxant stopped the kidney going like that. And
right, they got to.
I got home with me. But oh God, awful stuff.
George Bond cut himself shaving.
Did he?
Yeah, cut his.
He's not using a trimmer again, John, is he?
Down by his shin, he cut himself.
Is he? What's he shaving that for then?
I don't know. He's you know what he's like, man. He likes shaving his legs. George does.
I think he wears. Does he wear stockings or something or what? George, you wearing stockings?
Might be now.
He's like Lawrence Owen. He's a stocking boy. I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah.
He's a bit late.
Oh, no, he's not in yet. No, he's not in yet.
So we have another scratch card, is it, John?
Very good idea.
Right, let's have a look what we got here now.
Hey, Dean boy.
It's an easy one. Dean Paul Hannaford. Good gosh. I haven't seen you for a while. How was the bike going? How was the cycling?
Married yet?
Oh, he won't be married. He's only on the first part of his engagement, John.
Well, that's quite right. So he is. He's coming now. He's coming into the. Well, yeah, he's got the middle bit to go now. Then the very end piece, and then you get married. How long has it been now?
On about 18 years, isn't it? Something like that.
That's all. So Saul says, he's very small into it in a minute.
Yeah, don't worry about him, man. Don't rush into things, see, John, innit?
Never ever.
Because I've rushed into 4 of them, right? I'm still looking for number 5. I don't rush into it. See, he says not yet.
Yeah, here we are. Oh, he's been using a blunt razor, George.
Oh, that's no good.
Hey, George, you gotta buy new ones. I buy new all the time, me.
But you don't no, you don't shave down by there, do you?
Who?
You don't shave your leg.
Well, there's no need, I haven't got only one I got.
You could shave the other one, couldn't you?
Well, I suppose I could die. But,
Right. Let's do this card now then, right? It's a really easy one, but you've got to get the word in right. What does BBC stand for? What does BBC stand for? If you get the question right, you can pick one of the scratch cards to win, or maybe win. So what does BBC stand for? Does anybody know? Yep.
Oh yeah, Sonny, that's right.
Morgan.
Go on, but you got one more word to go.
British Broadcasting Corporation. No, Patsy, are they right?
Patsy, I am.
No, she had company.
That is Di Williams, eh?
Yeah, Di Stretch.
Well done, Di Stretch, boy.
British Broadcasting Corporation. So David Stretch, you got a choice of 2 different cards. Which one do you want? Which card do you want, David?
What colour are they, Guy? I can't see them.
One's green and one is multicolored.
Well, I tell you what, if he haven't picked yet, right, give him the
blue.
Oh, right, there we are. Okay.
Let's pick the blue one. Right. Right, so game 1. You've got to find a pot of gold. There's nothing in there. No. No. It's a bit hard for you to see because I got a green screen up.
Possibly, look, I'll hold it up for him.
Go on. There's no winner on that one. Hard luck. Right, we'll get on with the next question. So get that one out of the way as well. What is a baby goat called? What's a baby goat?
About a month, Dean, I would have thought. Maybe a little bit more than that.
Yep. Daniel Morgan with Kid. Quite right. We only got one left. And it's the cash tripler. Right. Find 3 identical symbols in a vertical, horizontal, diagonal. And that's 1 times. So it's 1 times a pound.
Oh, see, you're nearly there, Dan. You've had a few pounds and God knows what now. So we'll have the big one soon now.
Yeah. So 1 more left. Let's have a look at the last question. In Harry Potter, what animal represents Hufflepuff House? Do you know that one, John?
I do know it. My granddaughter loves it.
In Harry Potter, what animal represents Hufflepuff House? An owl? No, not an owl. Dragon? No, it's not a dragon. Badger, Danielle Morgan. Quite right. She's good at this, isn't she?
Yeah, certainly.
Right, let's have a look.
She's quick on the Google, she is, see?
Yeah.
Ollie!
Right then. No, nothing on the diagonal straight. Nothing on there, John, is there?
No. Oh, well, never mind.
Never mind. Keep on trying, innit?
See Patsy's answer. She put down goldfish.
Funny, ain't she?
Oh, certainly.
She's not watching. Now, I'm going to try and put my video on of me making a McDonald's pie, right? Here's the final result. Right, it's an apple turnover, but it's not quite exactly like McDonald's, but it tastes lovely. I made about 6 of them and I got 4 left. I made
No,
6.
that's the thing. What it is, Gar, right? You can have a look at McDonald's, and then but the taste of it. McDonald's don't look like their adverts anyway.
No, and they're only dirty things. This is like a blinky pasties thing.
That's right, man. That's what you want. You don't want a little thing that's you're gonna be hungry in 2 minutes.
Exactly. Now, I'll put the video on, but it might be a bit jumpy, right?
Right, or
What does it look like? I know it does look a mess, you're right. But it shouldn't be a mess when I finished with it. If I can only find what I need. Right. Right, tonight we're going to try and make McDonald's apple pies. Right, so I've chopped up 2 or 3 apples, Granny Smith, right? To that we're going to add a tablespoon of nutmeg. I normally find this type of stuff on top of mince pies or Welsh cakes. Mixed spice is the next one. Right. Put that on, lovely. To that then we're going to have cinnamon. Everybody likes cinnamon, don't they? You seen the cinnamon challenge? Oh god, I got it all over the place again. And then with that, it's a lovely smell in here now. We're going to have some artificial sugar, which is called erythritol. And we're going to add about half a cup of erythritol. Alright, so we've got some water in there as well. And we're going to put that on then. We're going to boil it all up, right, soften it all. And by that time then we would have rolled out this pastry into little 6-inch squares. And that's what will be coming up next. Okay. As you can see, the apples are bubbling. Need to get them all moist and nice and soft. So as they're bubbling away, maybe about 15 minutes probably, we've got the old puff pastry. I'm going to attempt to roll this out nice and thin. It's fighting me, it is. Should have given it a bit longer to defrost, I think. But I'll get it now. It's fighting though. McDonald's would be fried, they're deep fried. But it's not really healthy for you, is it? So we're going to bake these. They should turn out okay, baked. Might not be perfect, but I'll get them as good. Right, so I'm going to put the mixture in there, fold it over. I'm going to do these 2 at a time, I think. They won't take long to cook, see? Okay. Okay, let's get the mixture. Oh, they smell divine. You can cut it down thinner if you want to. It's entirely up to you. They should be nice when they come out. I hope. But I'd be. Okay, it's gone 20 minutes. Let's have a look how these how these are going to turn out. Oh, they look okay, but there's just a bit too much stuff in there, wasn't there? You know? But should leave them cool down now, but I wanted you to hear what they look like when I cut them. So if I could only find a knife. Yep. I would use this big knife here. Alright. Well, that is pretty well done. That's pastry. Looking really nice. Oh, I can't pick it up, it's too hot. But you can tell that inside looks like an apple turnover, doesn't it? But they will be stunning, I can tell you that now. It's just they're too damn hot to eat. Anyway, next week I'll have a try of frying them rather than baking them. But you can tell the puff pastry is really nice. It's come away on the edge. But you know, I'm not a baker, I'm not a cook. I'm just a bloke having a go. Alright, so that big one, oh, that's going to be lovely with cream or custard or perhaps some ice cream on top of that. That'll be delicious. Oh, what's happening with this diet? It's gone down the bleeding pot. Anyway, back to the show.
Right, don't worry, John, it's gone. But there's one of them things now. You can make them with as much filling as you want or as little as you want. Puff pastry, it's lovely. I don't know where John's gone. He's having difficulties, I think, with his broadband. Is he there? No. Oh, very strange. John, where are you? Cream, yeah, you could have cream with that, couldn't you? Be lovely with cream. Or vanilla ice cream, Joe's vanilla ice cream on top of there now. Oh, that would be delicious. I made 6, I've had 4. Look, all that weight I lost, I'm putting it back on. Flippin' heck. I was punishing myself eating all that low carb stuff. The last week, that's all I've had is high carb. Oh, isn't it? So I don't know where John's gone. He's having connection problems or broadband problems, one or the other. I don't know. we are streaming tonight to Twitch. Does anybody know what Twitch is? That's not Twitch. Twitch is a gaming channel on the internet. If you type in twitch.com, you see all these people playing games and everything. And somewhere in it, this show is in there as well. So we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we're also on Twitch. I thought, well, if we can stream to that platform, it might be okay. You never heard of it, Margaret, have you? Go and have a look at twitch.com afterwards. And there's all sorts of people playing different games, and there's people telling stories, and there's people talking about computers. There's all sorts of people on there. And then there's some little chat shows like what we're doing on there. So there's variety, huge variety. So I don't know where John's gone. You're on YouTube here. Later on, if you type in Twitch, you'll see it. Amelia says hi. And say hi to Amelia from me. Now next week, what I'm thinking of doing, I'm going to put out a link in the chat so anybody who's got a webcam and a microphone can come in and talk to us all. Right? As you've seen me and John split the screen earlier in half. Well, I can do it for up to 10 people. So if you've got well, even if you've got a mobile phone, you can do it. You can use the link, right? Press it. I'll bring you in, and we'll see you on here, and you can talk as well, and everybody will be able to see you. Won't that be nice, Sonny? Huh? You've got Twitch, have you? What do you called? The Gary and John Show. That's what we called. Who's getting very fat. I gotta stop eating carbs. I was on a carb-free diet, but every morning I have apple cider vinegar. And it's absolutely, it's horrible to start with. And I also have barley grass powder. Right, so you have your barley grass in the bottom of the glass, apple cider vinegar on top, and then fill it up with squash. Mix it and drink it down. It really does make a difference. Well, we're in there somewhere. Twitch is very big, isn't it? The Gary and John Show should be in there. So I've got the Twitch channel selected up the top. Yeah, we're in there somewhere. But it's mainly for kids. Well, call them kids, younger people. There's somebody from Twitch. Hey, how are you? The Ripper. Do you play games, The Ripper? You're on Twitch now. You found us. We see Sonny. Somebody's found us from Twitch. We're actually in there. Hola, he's Spanish. We are. Johnny Morgan, where have you been?
Oh, let me tell you, that's a blinking nightmare again, that is. I'm not joking about Bear. He was talking about apple tarts, right? Putting everything in the pot to go on. The next thing, eBay came up here. And then I went, tried to come back on, and I came back on, and I could hear I had to switch it all off. My phone, totally switch it all off, restart it. It takes ages to restart it, doesn't it?
Yeah. We got somebody on here now we stream into YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Right?
Oh, right. What's Twitch?
It's like a gaming channel. But there's a gentleman here that says hola. He's Spanish. And he's on Twitch platform, which we are streaming to. So
hello. Nice. Hola. How are you?
Hola.
Right.
His name is not hola. Hola
what
is
then?
Spanish, isn't it? Hello. Hola.
Oh, right. I didn't know, did I? Right. See, you didn't know I was bilingual, did you?
No. Oh.
Have you got the link for that? Right. My friend was going to come on this week, right? He was going to do it. There's so many children now with very ill, and this little girl has got cancer, right? And she's right up against it, this poor little girl, right? And my friend now is going to do 12 hours of laps around Baglan Rugby Field, right? Now that's gonna take some doing. That is right. That's it really is gonna take some doing. So you've given me he was going to come on here tonight, right? He's a little bit shy. Have you got that link to put up? If you haven't got it ready, no worries. We can put it up on the Port Talbot Life or something if people want to go and have a look at the story, you know.
Yeah, I haven't got it.
That's all right. If we can put it up on go on.
I can put it up after the video tonight or tomorrow morning. I could put it in the video, you know.
But if people would not like to, if you please would go and have a look on it just to see what Craig is going to do, that would be very very appreciative. He's a shy lad. He didn't want to come on, yeah. So it's great what he's doing, you know. So if you'd like to just have a quick look, whatever. But there we are. Thank you for that. That Spanish guy's just put down no Iglesias or something. I thought he was one of the tenors.
No English in it. No English.
Yeah. I know, mate. I'm only joking.
Right.
But thank God for that. You don't realise how dull I am.
Oh. Anybody speak Spanish here? I can't speak. I don't know anything in Spanish, do you, John?
Yes, I know. Hola.
Hola. What's that mean? Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Senor?
Senor.
Senor Fred Ripper.
What? Senor means sir, man.
Yes, sir. Up,
I think.
He's from
do you know what that is, don't you?
Who's that?
It could be, I don't know. The Ripper 1979. Whoever it was born in 1979. Wouldn't be our lovely taxi driver, would it?
It could well be. Playing games on there.
Could be.
Yeah.
Oh, he likes to have a little game, doesn't he?
He does. But he should be out earning money now, shouldn't he?
Oh, nothing's open now, man. Oh, it's Dean, man.
Oh.
He's good. Keski, sorry, fan.
The hell is that?
That's a mountain in North Wales, that this guy.
Is it? It's steep one, I think.
Yeah, very steep one. It's got snow on the top on that mountain. It's got it in July.
Playing Gwynfield. So
yeah,
Dean,
that's right.
Dean's on Twitch, look. See?
Here we are, see? We're everywhere, guy. We here, we there, we're everywhere. So beware.
Oof, innit? So anyway, guess what, John?
What now?
I had an email.
Oh, right then.
From a woman who's putting together part 2 of the thing.
No chance.
Yes. We'll have it by next Thursday.
But is it going to be good? Is it good and long?
Well, she said it's just as scary as the last one, if not a bit more, because it's still ongoing.
See, it's still ongoing. So she's still watching the show, then, is she?
She is, yeah.
Well.
Look at him saying his son streams.
His son streams.
On there playing games.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know you're on there playing games, right? On your PlayStation 4 or 5.
When you just say it's me, don't matter.
No.
Nobody's going to laugh at you, Dean.
Not straight away.
Well, I tell you what, talk about the ghost story. I got stories tonight. I got like 2 ghost stories, but I've got one story. When I read it, I had it sent to me and I read it and I thought, look, it's not a ghost story, but I couldn't let it go. Right? So I would say it's kind of supernatural, but it's a very good story then, that is. So we'll so we going off. I always said I'd only do I would only, was it
Marimon.
So I always said I wouldn't go off the ghost story, but this is supernatural, so you'll find out now 10 o'clock. See?
Yeah, good. Apparently, there was some UFOs flying over New York, and it's just released now. The Pentagon released the information.
Never.
Yeah. Bondy
John
boy,
Bond.
still doing his fishing and his archery.
Well, does he combine them? Does he fish by using the archery? You know,
Well,
spears them.
That's what he should do, shouldn't he?
Would do. If he's good at archery, he'll be able to catch a fish.
Yeah, he is good at archery. I have seen him.
There you are. So he'll be able to do his fish.
Only thing, he practices his archery in his back garden, right?
No, you gotta be good then. Can you imagine missing and going into the woman next door?
Exactly. Gotta be careful.
But the thing is, if he's good, he's hitting that target all the time, see? But yeah, so George is still doing his archery and his fishing.
Well,
I used to love fishing. I did. People used to say about, oh, you're a fair weather fisherman. Well, yes, it's a hobby. So I don't want to be out there, like when the wind is and the rain is coming at you sideways, right? And it's freezing cold, and it's no. I like nice, beautiful weather. You sit down, you have a chat with friends, you're looking at the line, and you see. But no, see, now that's fishing. It's gentle, lovely fishing, but not this. No, I can't be doing with all the weather, and no.
Fully wet and all that.
Oh, you soaked to the skin, man.
Oh, it's no fun, is it?
I remember we fishing. It's honest to God now, right? We was fishing in Ireland once, right? And you pay for boat trips out there, and they nut us, man. The skippers there. It's blowing a gale, and he's got, it's just a wee squall. It's just a wee squall. Come on. Oh, I'm not joking. You're right. I'm sitting on the boat now, right up by the cabin, and I could see these waves coming. I'm shouting, incoming! And the wave now, right, is going over the bloody boat.
Never.
Honest to God, it was scary. I was scary. It was that day. Oh, that was the worst we've been fishing,
Yeah. I tell you who's got a fishing boat is Coventry. Covey,
yes, I heard he have. I heard he got a fishing boat. I used to love going fishing, but I can't go off the shore and that anymore now. See, because I've got.
It's awkward, isn't it?
I don't like I don't like to complain too much, but I'm struggling doing that now,
Yeah.
But you see, a boat is brilliant if you can afford it, and you got to have the time as well. See, you can't say go on a boat. Oh, I'm going to go off a boat for an hour. You've got to be going at least 6 hours.
Yeah. I had a friend in Porthcawl. He had a trawler. Partner, and they used to trawl around Margam Sands and go towards Mumbles and back. It used to cost them a fortune. Absolute fortune. Diesel and stuff.
But I tell you what they do then, mine, right, is see, you can't distinguish. You just pick everything up with it. Everything that's on that seabed, you pick up. Little baby and fish. When you drag them and bring them out to the water, they all die. So they're too small to keep. So I'd say at least, I don't know, 60% of what they catch in them nets got to be thrown away dead.
That's terrible, isn't it? But the seagulls
are terrible. You'd think there's a better way to fish. Has got to be, man. But nah, it's awful.
Yeah, sad, isn't it? So anyway, what are the stories tonight, John?
Right, I got them by you. Look. Yeah. Now this one's about a nurse who used to work in a nursing home. It was a big 3-story mansion in 1910. Then it was in a convalescence home in 1920s. And in 1980s, he was there into a nursing home. So there's loads of history. This does, right?
Oh,
and that's a little bit scary. This one is again, it was where a bloke worked, and that's a little bit scary too. Now this one is, I think I'm going to read this one first. Well, it is marked up as the first one as well, and this is the one. it's from a fella in an air base. Not about UFOs. It's not that one down there. But I chatted to him on the messenger, back and forth, right? And he's obviously he's retired and that now. This is a story that happened to him in 1968, believe it or not. And he's like, no, like you down there, you'll never forget your story. And he said, "Is him," but there's a few of them that gets talked to. They still keep in touch with each other and they still talk about this. So I'm looking forward to doing this one, you know.
Okay, well, it's your time, John.
All right, okay. Right, now I've frozen again, so that doesn't matter. You can hear me and see me, Gar, can you?
Yeah, we can see you playing.
Right, that's all right. That's no problem, and I can't, so I won't be looking at the screen. So all I'm doing is reading this. So it's not really much ghostly, more of an unexplained true mystery with a setting of Bitburg Air Base in what was then West Germany in late July of 1968. It was my first night shift Sunday. It was following a 10-day leave in England. I was in a good mood as my English girlfriend, now my fiancée, and then my wife of 51 years said yes. So I was in a very good mood that day. I was NCO in charge of a nuclear weapon storage area, about half a mile off the base proper. A rather large area surrounded on three sides by thick forest, and the rest was farmland awaiting harvest. There were 3 security policemen at the main gatehouse, an access controller, and alarms monitor, as well as myself. There were also 2 guards based near the rear of the area, responsible for a large storage bunker. During the hours of darkness, there was also 2 dog handlers that would patrol the inner area. The area was fenced in by an 8-foot-high double chain link fence with 2 feet of nasty concertina wire at the top. An area of 10 feet was regularly kept clear of any vegetation, and all this area was monitored by alarm sensors under the ground surface. Of course, the area was well maintained and visibility was excellent, except in heavy blizzard conditions. As it was a large area, I was provided with my own vehicle, an old Ford Ecoline 1965 model pickup. So I could do irregular checks on the guards and dog handlers during the night or weekends. Once the dog handlers were dropped off, we chatted over a cup of coffee with the Alsatians tethered to a place in the gatehouse wall provided for that purpose. We were discussing how baseball was going when there was a sudden bout of loud barking outside. We glanced out in time to see a very large black Alsatian bothering the guard dogs. And as we watched, one of the tethered dogs managed to break free of the clip his lead was in. And as it did, the black dog turned and began to run towards the access road, with the guard dog in hot pursuit. The handler responsible for the dog and I sprinted for my vehicle, and once it started, as soon as I switched on the ignition. As we reached the access road, we could see the dogs in front of the fence fighting. I managed to stop the pickup and we ran to where the dogs were. By then, the black Alsatian had gained the upper hand, so we both drew our .38 caliber revolvers and cocked them ready to fire. At first, I didn't want to take the chance of hitting the guard dog, but the big black dog took hold and shook the smaller dog and released it, bleeding its life out. Then turned its evil eyes to us, fresh blood still on its muzzle. Suddenly, I felt blazing red eyes paralyzing me, stopping me from pulling the trigger of my weapon. Shoot the damn thing, Sarge, the handler snapped at me. I can't move. Lord, no, can I, damn it, I replied, frustrated. With the creature, whatever it was, now trotted through the muddy ground and through the inner fence, then the outer fence, hesitated just before entering thick foliage at the entrance of the forest, threw back its head and let out a howl, nothing like any other animal I've ever heard before or since. It then entered the forest and vanished. The authorities tried to get us to change our story, but how could they explain a dead Alsatian guard dog with its throat ripped out and lots of fresh dog traps in the mud? Despite leaving tracks, the creature did not set off any sensors. There was alarms everywhere. Since then, I've learnt of skinwalkers or shapeshifters, which I think is what we encountered that night. What do you think? Well, there we are. That gentleman who was in the Air Force Army, whatever he was in, he still remembers that from 1968. We'll go now on to the second story for tonight. And it's about this young lady, I think, of working in an old house. Oh, no, it's not. This is the one when it was a young man, actually, and he's working in a factory of some kind. Right, here we are. Okay, this is about where I work and the things that happened in the last 16 years of me working there. Any names I mentioned have been changed. Okay. I had been working here for about 3 days. I was returning from fetching some product samples, and I was passing through a room called the humid dryer room. On the wall in front of me was a word, in black letters about 2 feet high and 1 foot wide. Rinso. I thought to myself, it was odd that someone would paint the name of some kind of cleaning product on a wall where there wasn't even a sink. Odd. So a couple of hours later, I was going up to the tea hut. There was a couple of guys in there. I overheard the word Rinso mentioned, so I piped up. Oh, Rinso, I've seen that in the humid dryer room, painted on the wall. They both looked at me like I was mad. One said, well, I've never seen that. The other said, where, Mark? Where is it? I said, it's on the wall next to the door. You can't miss it. It's like 2 foot tall. Well, they said, show us. So off we went round to where I had seen it. We walked to the wall. Nothing. Not a trace. No sign anything had been there, or if anything had been cleaned off. The wall hadn't been cleaned for ages. I was amazed. I said, it was like that 2 hours ago, I swear of it. One of the chaps says, don't, Mark, because you're really, really scaring me up now. I said, no, I'm serious. What is Ringo anyway? They said, it's not what, it's who. So then they told me about a chap who worked there for 30 odd years. He was due to retire with a substantial retirement package. 1 week before he retired, he died. He was really looking forward to his retirement. So now he apparently haunts the place. Several people have reported that if they have to climb the stairs at the top of the silos, all 239 of them, as you ascend them, looking up, you see a pair of legs going up the next level. You call out, there's no answer. If you run up, you can never catch them up. But when you get to the top, there's no one else there whatsoever. Fitters and techs alike hate going up there alone. So I found out I was doing the job that he used to do. I asked some of the people who'd been there long term about him and found out he was quite a character, often pranking people. I know I would have liked him. I also came to realize that somebody else, I'm going to call him Lippy, did the job between Rinso doing it and me. A security guard told me that he was on nights. Lippy was a silo tech. and the security bloke just happened to look up at the monitors, and he saw a blur fly from the lift, hit the wall opposite, and drop to the floor. He realised something wasn't right. He knew Lippy, his mate, was on his own. So we locked up and went down to the silo lobby. When he got there, poor Lippy was dead on the floor. He called an ambulance and performed CPR until it came, but they never managed to bring him back. He said they told him it was a massive heart attack, but he said it was horrific. But the one thing he'll always remember is that Lippy had a look of absolute terror on his face. So can you imagine? I'm thinking I'm doing a job where the last 2 people to have it have died, and one or both are haunting the place. I don't mind telling you. To begin with, I was petrified, particularly on nights. I doing that on my own, half convinced I would be next, and I already had 2 heart attacks myself, joining the realms of the dead and haunting it alongside them. I would walk along the narrow gantry between the silos. It felt really strongly, like somebody was following me, about a foot behind me everywhere where I went. If I crouched down to do something, it felt like someone was standing over me, frantically waving their arms, trying to get my attention. I could almost see the movement in the air. I would turn the corner at Silo 4 and walk along to Silo 5. It would be so cold you could see your breath. I started to dread going to work. I got on the elevator at the top to descend to the bottom. As I pressed the button, the lift started to judder and bang against the lift shaft wall and moving in a bouncy manner. When I got to the bottom, the lift was 2 foot below floor level. Another night, there was sugar dust all over the wall in the lift that was in the pattern of a bizarre satanic face. It was freaking me out. I had to totally get a grip. I told myself, look, if they are haunting you, they're only dead people. Just people like me. We even do the same job. So I was able to carry on. And one night, I went up to get some samples. As I'm walking along the gantry, in the distance, I could hear every second a bang. As I got closer, it got louder and louder. I got to the hatch on Silo 4, and it was lifting an inch or so and dropping with a bang. It was a steel trapdoor secured with a padlock, so it was quite heavy. It would rise and drop, rise and drop. It scared me, but also angered me. It was starting really to annoy me with all this going on. I stamped hard on the trapdoor and shouted, "For God's sake, I know you're there. I know what's happened to you, and I'm sorry. So would you please stop scaring the shit out of me?" It stopped instantly, and it never did it again. After that, I thought, if you're definitely here, we're going to be friends. So every time I went up there, I said loudly, "Evening, Rinso. Evening, Lippy." And when I left, I'd say, "See you later, guys." Well, one Christmas Eve night, I went up, and clear as day, I could hear somebody whistling. Of all things to whistle, Amazing Grace. No one was there. I was 50 meters in the air in an enclosed steel gantry, so I knew it couldn't be anyone else outside at ground level. I thought it was brilliant. When I left, I shouted, "Merry Christmas, Rinso." Down below in the silo basement was quite active. My mate Eddie had seen the dark figure of an earlier account. Somebody else called Barry, reported to the factory manager he was working on one of the conveyors and he saw a man in a dark suit watching him, just staring at him, and he looked away for half a second, and he looked back and he was gone. It would be impossible for him to have run off because you can see for a very long way in any direction. He refused to work there again. He left the next week. I was on nights in Silo 1, leaning on a broom. I heard a voice say clearly in my ear, "I wish I was down the feathers." I looked round, fully expecting to see somebody standing there, and there was no one. I told my workmate who was there, and I said, "That's where Rinso used to drink, the Four Feathers." Lots of stuff still to this day continues to thrill and amaze me, but I wouldn't leave for anything. Now that's quite a scary story, that actually. Now this next story, I'll tell you the truth, I received it late. I haven't. I normally go through the stories, read them, make sure they make sense, put commas in and that when they don't make sense, and check for any like bad language and God knows what, so I can filter it out. But I haven't had time for this one, so I'm just going to read it as it is. Okay. This is a little long, but it gives me goosebumps every time I tell it. I used to work in a nursing home, which specialised mostly in palliative care and end-of-life treatment. This home is a big 3-story mansion built in 1910, and it was later turned into a convalescent home in the 1920s, then a nursing home in the 1980s. So it have lots of history. It's in the middle of a forest on private land, with a big driveway and metal gates, straight out of a horror film. I was working a night shift and doing the final rounds before our break, just checking everyone was essentially still breathing and hadn't yet passed. I was in a room on the ground floor when an elderly lady was sat up in a bed with the covers pulled up to her face, as though she was hiding. I asked if she was okay and needed anything, and tried to settle her. Eventually, she laid back and smiled and asked who the man was behind me. I turned round and said there was no one there. Tried to get some sleep, and I left the room. I went to the second floor where there was yet another lady who was laying in bed watching TV who said to me, "Who's that man behind you? Is he new?" At this point, I'm like, okay, a bit weird that 2 people saw me on different floors have asked me the same question. Anyway, I laugh and just say, "Yeah, he's new, I'm showing him around." He smiles and say, "Okay," and that's it. I leave the room to go on the 3rd floor. Now, the 3rd floor always creeped me out. It was super quiet, and the floorboards were super loud and creaky. Each bedroom you could see out into the forest in every direction. I went to another lady's room, where her bed faced the window. I asked if she was okay or needed anything. She seemed to be nervous, looking past me. I turned round and said, "What's wrong?" but I couldn't see anything. She proceeds to tell me that there's a man right there behind me, that he's really scary, and she sees him all the time standing at the edge of the forest looking at the house. I now have goosebumps, and I'm trying not to freak out. So I ask some questions like, what's he doing and what does he look like? And she said that he was smart looking, but he looked like me. I left so fast. I told my colleagues, and they said the house is supposed to be haunted, you see. The man who built the mansion died there. So did his wife. And often residents say they either saw a man that looked like him or children. I tried to forget it and pretend it didn't happen until I was once again on a different day up on the 3rd floor on my own, walking through the corridor, and I swear I heard somebody whisper my name as though they were right behind me, literally in my ear. I bolted and went downstairs to my supervisor, and I refused to go back up again that day. I literally had a cold sweat on. The very same day, I was walking up to the meeting room to do a handover with the nurses, when I saw a little boy run past the window. The stairs were rather grand, and at the top it was all glass for the door which went into the corridors. I saw him run past and head to the stairs which went to the 3rd floor. He was dressed as though he was from the 1940s, maybe, like he had cropped hair, he had tweed blazer, he had a waistcoat. I pretended I didn't see it, and I never mentioned it to anyone until I was on the 2nd floor doing the rounds, and the lady who said he saw the man behind me was laughing. When I asked what was so funny, she said, the little boy at the end of the bed. He goes in every night. I left my job not long after that. That was a quite scary one, and that concludes the ghost stories for tonight. Some good ones, Guy?
Yeah, some scary ones.
Indeed, that last one, when I was reading that last one, I hadn't read it before. See, I did have the shivers, I did, when I was reading that last one.
Wait till next week, John. You'll have the shivers.
Oh, see now. I know. Are we going to tell the viewers, Guy?
Yes. There's the very scary ghost story we had a couple of months ago. Probably, I don't know how long ago it was, John. It was quite a long time ago, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, but 6 months ago at least.
It was called The Thing. And it was really scary. And it's about a family not living too far away from Port Talbot. And the house was like haunted. And you can re-watch the video. I think it's July of last year, perhaps. Somewhere around there, June, July. But part 2 of the scary story, The Thing, part 2, should be here by Friday next week for John. She's typing it out without any swear words, John.
No, that'll save me with hours work, that will.
I know, that'll cut down 4 pages of it.
You, fair play.
So she has been watching.
Good.
And she likes the content. So she's going to update us next week.
That'll be great, that will, you know. So I hope everyone enjoyed them tonight. You know, see now, I think we can change a little bit. Like that first one definitely was supernatural, but it wasn't a ghost story. So if I get any of them, I'm fine. We'll carry on with them as well, but we'll still primarily do the ghost stories. See that?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yes, right. So here we are.
Lewis Carey is asking, do we speak Welsh?
I don't actually.
Oh,
no.
Either. Beth and Amser, that's all I know. What's the time, innit?
Yeah, Keith and Druce, I know that. Shut the door in it, and a few words and a few phrases that we learned in school and things like that, you know. And but no, I don't speak it. You know, we should. In my view, we should have been taught it in school. You know, compulsory. But there we are. We weren't, and so we don't speak Welsh. You know, it's a dying language. But hopefully now it's being spoke a lot more than it certainly was anyway.
Yeah. David Stretch Williams enjoyed the stories, John.
Oh, good. I'm glad of that, Di. Glad of that. So these days today, you know, I can't wait now to I know what this like pandemic has done for me. If I'm driving on the road, let's say, right, and Di Stretch is going into Evans Pies, Philip goes like that, or just standing there, be nice to pull in and have a chat. Right, there's so many times before when you're in a rush, right, you just toot you on and wave, and you wave. And then you get home, and then when you want in such a rush after, right? I'm not talking about life and death situations now, but I'm going to make what I'm going to do. I'm going to make more time for people. I'm going to make more time to chat and to be more, well, I don't know, not to take life so much for granted then.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be. That's what this has taught me, you know? So there we are.
Life flitters past us, don't it?
Honest to God, and you get basically like what they do. You do get into a rut, you know that, and you notice it when you go away on holidays. You go to like to Turkey, you go to Spain, you go to Portugal, Greece is another place, right? Where they can't believe how much British rush doing their works and things like this. Because, you know, it'll get done. Manana, what they are saying, later, you know, later, we'll get it done. But it's, they can't believe how much we rush and things, I guess, all the time, you know, you do it. And you just say, well, slow down, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're not here for, you know, it's not a race.
Yeah,
But,
we're not here for a long time, are we?
well, no, but that's it. See, people want everything. They want everything, and they want it yesterday, don't they?
Hmm.
But these the people in these hotter countries, they do. They don't. They don't. I think they have about 2.5, 3 hours for dinner, don't they? For lunch.
Yeah.
I know they
So,
work, or they work till about 7. Then mind, but
Yeah.
down here we work from 7 in the morning till 7 in the night, and they hardly give us a bloody dinner break.
Yeah.
But there we are. That's for another day, I suppose. A chat for another day.
Yeah. So there we are. Should we wrap up then for tonight?
Yes, I've been told to wrap up more times than I care to remember.
So next week, any idea what you're going to be making next week, John?
No, I wouldn't mind some suggestions of the listeners on the comments. Maybe what they might fancy one of us or either of us, two of us to
Yeah.
make. But I am sort of running out of ideas myself, so I'm welcome to ideas. Then I give
Yeah.
anything a go.
What about a cake? Can you make cake, John?
Yes, I can make cake. I tell you what, I do a nice Tishan lap.
What the hell is that?
I don't know how to explain. It's quite a heavy cake, Tishan lap. It's I'm not sure in school, when I was in school, you used to have it with custard on it. I can't remember, but that name, it's got currants in, I think. But that name is yeah, I'd have to look it up myself, to be fair, but I do remember the name Tishan lap as a cake.
Dice Rex says apple pie.
Well, you've done apple pie today.
Yeah, I made apple pie. And guess what? When you were telling the ghost stories, John, somebody came and stole it.
No way.
It just left me with a slither.
Oh, that's terrible.
I think the dog must have come in here, sneaked in.
Yeah. Yes, aye.
But yeah, so I made 6 and I've had 5, which is terrible.
That is terrible. Well, I'm gonna have a nice cup of coffee now, and I'm gonna take Ollie around the block,
There we are.
and I'll be right as rain then.
All right. And I'll talk to you during the week. And everybody else,
Indeed.
we'll see you next Friday. And thanks for coming in on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, wherever you're coming in. Come and see us. I'll put the link up of that poor girl who got the cancer under the video. So you can all
Yeah,
go
be
and look
great.
at that.
Yeah, have a little look at it, boys and girls, and see what you think. Been great, right? It's
We'll
been a
see you
blast, and I'll see you. We'll see you next week or something.
Okay. Bye-bye from us.